like wired wrap jewelry. And I used to just like people just used to give me their like old jewelry, old beads, old things just to potentially make into something. Because some of it was steampunk, some of it was more organic, natural, um, stuff like that. And so, or like moon esque, like it was pretty. At least the later stuff was pretty. The early stuff, it was okay, but the early stuff was definitely, I was learning. So, anyways, all that to say is, in when I was going through my beads, maybe like 2 months ago, because I was just trying to like get rid of some stuff, I found this old bag, and I put it over here, and it had a bunch of different. It had a bunch of different stuff from. It almost looks like an Indian reservation or an Indian school. Like, I mean, this literally says, uh, Saint Labor Indian School in Montana. But a good chunk of the stuff that was in this little bag feels like, you know, gift shop little trinket things that didn't really feel like there doesn't feel like there's much energy there. Like it just felt like it came from a gift shop. But there were a couple things that I pulled out because when I was going through it recently, there was like some of the energy like really stood out, and I thought it would be good to share in this setting. So if you're not familiar, I think it's called. Hold on, is it? Yeah, psychometry, where you get knowledge about a person or event by like making contact with an object. Yeah, I was like, I don't always remember all the terms, but that's fine. I get the concept. And that's what's important. So, anyways, as I was going through, there were a couple things that stood out to me. And because I've always been someone that before I buy something, I really want to touch it if I can, because like I need to know how it feels, and I can. As I was unleashing my my intuition, that's how I learned that. Oh, actually, uh, the images and stuff and sensations I'm getting when I'm touching these different things are like little memories that are stored in the object and not just me making up random ass stories about everything. So, at least that's what I'm believing. So, take it or leave it. Anyway, the thing that I feel the most drawn to and I wanted to share was this coin that is this historic channel club, and it's 19 or 1776. The front. I believe. There we go. It's doing its best. It's doing its best to focus. But anyways, so when I picked up this coin, because there's a few other things, but this is the one. This is the one that was like the most clear picture of something, and really, and really the picture that I keep getting whenever I hold it in my hand, and I typically put it in my left hand. Um, Let me just tune in now. We'll see if that's the same thing before I share. Yeah. The picture that I keep getting whenever I hold this coin is like I get a man in, it feels like the Massachusetts, New York City area, and it's like he's in a black trench coat on a cobblestone street, crossing the street, like crossing an intersection, and he goes and buys a newspaper. And it's like this coin, like the memory that I get from this coin is like that scene of the man in the trench coat. He might even have a black hat on too, but it's just like a very kind of, it feels kind of like a overcast day. And he's going across an intersection. And it feels like he's going like diagonally across. And he goes and he places this coin, like this coin was exchanged for a newspaper. And this ended up in a pocket, and then, you know, who knows how it got here, but like that is the energy, the story that is attached to this coin. Hmm. Yeah, I was just seeing if the coin wanted that memory or that energy to be cleared, and it's like, no, I just wanted to share that. That's so cool. Like, that's so cool. Thank you. There's been other times that I have, like, in my intuition. Oh, hold on. There's um whenever I was training with my spiritual coach for intuition development, I was in like a little cohort, and one of the things she did was send out, or my coach sent out little items to people of hers, and then we got to practice like reading the energy of them in one of our classes. And that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun because I won't. Do I actually still have that? I don't. I don't know if I still have it. I might have gotten rid of it. Yeah, I think I don't see it, so I might have gotten rid of it. And that's okay. But there was like this random little piece that I got that it didn't make any sense to me. I was like, I don't know what the heck this is. My logical mind was trying to figure out what it was. But when I got to hold it, it had this whole story wrapped within it about just like where it came from, and kind of what it was for, and you know, some different moments in time that it was present for. And it was funny because when I told my coach about, like, as I was relaying back what I was getting, she was like, well, hold on. Interesting. Okay, so when I was relaying it to my coach, she was she confirmed what I was saying, at least, and she was excited for me. I'll say. Okay. Is there anything else over here that I want to share? Okay. I'm feeling also drawn to. There's this really tiny. Now we're really gonna mess up the camera. There's this really tiny earring that is this coin. I've never read this one before, so let's see what comes through. Like I feel really distracted by the music with this one, so hold on, let me mute it at least on my side. Yeah, I'm just as I'm sitting trying to tune into this one, it feels just feeling a lot of like pressure or tingly coming through in my third eye and the top of my nose. Oh, interesting. I feel like I'm getting the sensation like someone just like punched me right in my right eye, and it feels like I'm getting a black eye, and like the top of my nose is like broken. It almost feels like that's hold on. It's like that's when this became lost. There was a fight or lost. That's when this left its last owner, or its main owner. It's just like there was a fight of sorts. Yeah, because now I have a sensation going up the right side of my neck, and it just feels like I've been like whacked, and it just. We're just gonna breathe through that. Like I said, the feeling of being punched in the face or punched on the right side. I even have like feels like my ear is bleeding, like my inner ear is bleeding. Like that's just this whole side feels like it's just been. I get the image of it feels like whoever's this was, it was more of like a male presenting being, and they got like the scene is like they get like punched in the face or punched in the nose or ear, just like I said, this feels broken, my ear feels like it's bleeding, like this whole side just hurts, and I feel like I got like knocked out. I'm like on the ground on dirt, like primarily like a dirt with like loose gravel, but not like a gravel road, but like a dirt area. And it feels like the dirt is more like a reddish tan dirt. So I feel like I'm more in the like Arizona-y area. Hmm. I at least see they at least are showing me that the young boy, because it doesn't feel like an old person. It feels like a young a young boy, not quite like a full adult, but maybe somewhere in the, like the early teenage years, or just about teen, kind of getting back up. Kind of like limping down the road. Mm. There's like a mix of feelings too with them, of just like this anger, pain, sadness, hurt. Like physically hurting, wanting sort of revenge, but knowing like that's not the best path, and just knowing, but also this like sensation of like I want my mommy. And then the scene changing to like coming, like getting home in this like very small house, or like, mm, yeah, like a 1,200 square foot house space, if that. And mom running over, and it's like, oh my god, what happened? And patching up the nose, like washing off the cuts and bruises, and putting on like a bandage across the nose. Like sitting in the kitchen, or like on the dining room table in the kitchen. She's, you know, getting me cleaned up, or getting this boy cleaned up. And again, this sensation of like every time she's touching the nose, it hurting. Okay. I think that's enough for this earring. I'm gonna send the energy back to it, and call my energy back. That was that was intense on the nose or in the ear a little bit. Here's the Here it is again, just for, oh, maybe. There you go. Trying. All right. Yeah. Let's turn away. Send that energy back. I'm gonna put that back in the bag. That one's got quite the energy, quite the story with it. Me clear out some of that. Maybe that's why I have this today. Feel I just feel like I gotta make sure my nose is okay after that. 'Cause I have, I don't know if I've formally broken my nose before, but I've definitely injured my nose plenty of times growing up. And that was something that I was self conscious about for a while. I've gotten over it at this point. I'm like, look at my beautiful nose. I have a Polish nose. A good sniffer. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Helping figure out that energy. Let me ground it out for a second, too. That's the thing with energy work, you know, it's an opening, at least for me, a lot will come through in sensations in my body. Oh, you're like, thank you for grounding, touching the ground. A lot will come through and as sensations in my body, and uh, yeah, it takes a minute to clear that out. Like I don't need to hold this. This is not mine to carry. I'm just doing a little clearing. A little Reiki, little love, little light. I have my candle going on my desk and just, you know, sending it to be composted. Oh, good. All right. All right. Who's ready for a card pull? Actually, I think I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to go to the bathroom real quick, and that'll give me more of a chance to just like clear it. Because I feel like it's moving, but I feel it's still lingering a little bit. So let me go to the bathroom real quick, maybe grab a snack, and then we will return. Just a few minutes. Alright, we're back. And I opened my doors, so I have all of the animal companions in here. I guess we'll do this and I'll show you. We got my ladies down here at my feet. The King Atreus over here. And then it's not really focusing on her, but she's over there. Please stop it. We'll see how long that lasts with her in here, though.